Hello, this is Kevin Kalmus, CEO and co-founder of Nested Knowledge, bringing you our most exciting feature launch of 2024, which is our new AI feature, Core Smart Tags. So, what are Core Smart Tags and what can they do for you in your research? Well, they are a mechanism to both explore your search rapidly and generate a search strategy based on AI suggestions. They automatically generate your tagging hierarchy, making it easier to both structure and then extract data from underlying studies, including population information, interventions, outcomes, location, study size, study type. And then you can also generate interactive visuals of each of those elements. So if you want your PICOS or your study location to be visualized for your end reader, you can do that using Core Smart Tags. What are some use cases that we foresee for Core Smart Tags? Well, they're obviously a lot quicker than doing a manual review, so they can be used in scoping or putting together a protocol for a review. You can also use them to complete what we call an AI rapid review, meaning a review where we delegate the main build and extract steps to the AI. And then lastly, they are a wonderful introduction to Nested Knowledge's tagging hierarchies. Now, we have a full deep dive on the Core Smart Tags methods where I actually build from the very beginning to the end an AI rapid review on GLP-1 agonists. And here we're going to give you a brief overview of the findings. You can see a link to that deep dive below. So starting from just as simple of terms as we may care about. So here I'm looking at GLP-1 agonists for obesity. We can run our AI, bring back our population, intervention, and outcome recommended search terms. And this should be an interactive process where I am selecting terms that may be of interest to me, such as specific GLP-1 agonists, add those as search terms, add my key outcomes, and then potentially even build out my Boolean query in a little bit more detail. Once I've done so, I can drill down further on the PICOS, I can rerun the AI. I can also examine the types of studies that are returning from this search. I can examine their locations, as well as the estimated study sizes. But the main goal of this is to drill down on as relevant of studies as we can, while excluding those that we think are not relevant to our search. So we should continue to use any of these AI recommended terms to get down to a final query, which we can finalize and run on PubMed or on other databases through the software. We have already done so. We zoomed in on RCTs, and we also selected weight loss as our key outcome. And then we proceeded directly to Core Smart Tags, where all you must do is click in your tagging hierarchy configuration page on the Core Smart Tags icon, select whether you'd like the AI to give you a hierarchy that extracts the recommended data from underlying studies, or whether you'd like it to extract the data as a final AI review. We went ahead and asked the AI to build a hierarchy and then extract the evidence directly from underlying studies just by getting our search files. So seeing what was in our the abstracts that came back from our search, the AI was able to assess that the population would likely include patients with obesity or overweight patients and who might also have diabetes. It was able to break down not only GLP-1 agonists, but also other potential comparators or combination therapies. It was also able to break down other outcomes on top of those that we put in as our primary outcome. So in effect, the AI structured what we may want as our key interventions, our key outcomes, and of course, our key population characteristics. Then we can go straight from our tagging hierarchy directly to our outputs. So what can the AI build for us? Well, as soon as we ran Core Smart Tags, it built out this qualitative synthesis environment where we can drill down and see across any given drug, any given population, and any given outcome, what underlying studies report. We can examine the AI tags, and then we can, of course, also drill down on the underlying studies abstracts and understand for ourselves what is being reported in this discipline. In addition, with Core Smart Tags, you are now able to build out dashboards where you can examine either sub-slices of that qualitative synthesis diagram that you build up for your users. You can examine the exact same histograms that we saw in the search building phase, but for our final included studies. And of course, we can give our users a map that they can use to drill down on how many studies are reported from each country reported in our data set. And then lastly, I should note that this is not the end of our review. If we ever want to go back and expand it, we can add more search terms. We can set a repeat cycle that brings back new studies that may be relevant to our research question. And we are also always able to go back into the tagging module and assess every underlying extracted data element from the core smart tags. And if we think it's appropriate, we can override them. So we can treat core smart tags as a flexible method where it can complete an AI review on its own, where we can assess it ourselves, and of course, where we can turn it into a living database of the key populations, interventions, outcomes, study types, locations, and sizes on any question we have for the medical literature. Thanks so much, and happy reviewing.